We leave America and head back to Europe for round 6 of the season. We go to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. So 2 races to Leclerc, 3 races to Max Verstappen. He is now still second in the Drivers' Championship as we return to Spain. 7 days' time, we go over to Monaco as well in a reduced 3-day format. Azerbaijan on the 12th of June follows with the Canadian Grand Prix a week later. July is busy as well. 4 races in 5 weeks. We start off back-to-back the British Grand Prix and the Austrian Grand Prix. A week's break before France and Hungary rounds out the season. Further down as well in the second half of the season after the summer break, the Belgium, Netherlands and Italian Grand Prix form a triple header. We then have a 3-week break with the cancellation of the Russian Grand Prix and no replacement makes Singapore round 17 on the 2nd of October. A week later we go over to Japan and then it's the America leg with the United States, Mexico and Sao Paulo Grand Prix before the season rounds out on the 20th of November in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Charles Leclerc leads the way by just 19 points to Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez is just ahead of George Russell as well. Carlos Sainz in a battle, joining that for the top 5. Lewis Hamilton down in 6th position as well, 68 points back to championship leader. He's only 1 point clear of fellow Brit Lando Norris. Valtteri Bottas is 5 points back as well. Esteban Ocon and Kevin Magnussen still holding on in the top 10. On the second page, Danny Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly all stay in the same places. Sebastian Vettel moves up to 14th as well. Alexander Albon now with 3 points to his name is 15th. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll have 2 points. Zhou Guanyu is the last driver with points. Schumacher, Hulkenberg and Latifi still pointless in 2022. In the Constructors' Championship, Scuderia Ferrari lead the way by just 6 points to Oracle Red Bull Racing, 157 to 151. Mercedes are 62 points back away from the fight as well in 3rd. Then it's McLaren versus Alfa Romeo for 4th place in the Constructors. Alpine are 10 points clear of AlphaTauri for 6th and 7th. Haas impressing everybody, just a point back from AlphaTauri in the battle for 7th. Aston Martin with only 6 points, but Williams with 3 means that all 10 teams have points after the opening 5 races. It's the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix and this is first practice. Let's take a look around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya here in Spain. A 2.892 mile circuit, 16 turns in total, been on the calendar since 1991 and it is a real challenge for the drivers. Exiting the last corner then of New Holland, starting the lap downhill towards turn number 1. Open up the DRS zone as well, get a good slipstream down the longest start-finish straight in Formula 1. Heavy on the braking zone, all the way down into 4th gear. Hug the inside curve to the right, flick the car to the left for turn 2, and then the long sweeping right-hander turn 3. The apex ever drawing you in towards the inside line as well. Into Repsol then at turn 4. Again, 4th gear corner, inside towards the right, let the car drift out wide before turn 5, a very tight, twisty downhill segment of the track that coops in towards the left. Don't go too wide though, you'll lose a lot of time. Into turn 6 and then 7 and 8, the chicane area as well. Uphill, a lot of cars often spin here in first practice. Into Kampsa then at 7th gear, flat out through the inside line towards the right. Open up the DRS zone once again and hurtle down towards turn 10 at the La Caxale. Hard on the brakes, 3rd gear corner, rising up to 4th gear at the exit. Power on mid-exit as well. Into turn number 12 then. Flick the car towards the left once again. Now towards the right as you head down towards the chicane. Right again, then left right to complete the lap. These nasty sausage curves rumoured to be going next year as well. The car wants to understeer and oversteer at the same time. Massive twitches. Into New Holland then. 5th gear, 6th gear. Open up the DRS, fire it towards the line. And that is a lap of the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. we go again then. It's time for free practice number 2 for the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix. Round 6 of this incredible season, the Formula 1 Pirelli Grand Prix of Spain. And there's the fantastic cathedral still being built, due to be completed after over 300 years. It'll be completed in 2026, but the calendar for then could be over 30 races, we're being told this afternoon. Let's hope it doesn't. This is the Barcelona circuit, 1.9-mile long circuit as well. 13 turns at the back half of the circuit. It increased up to 16 back in 2006 as well. And hopefully as well after next year, be back to looking more like it did originally as well. The Pirelli tyre compound, C1 hard, C2 medium, C3 is the soft compound as well. It's beautiful conditions out there at the moment as well. Track temperature 45 degrees, air temperature at 30 degrees as well. Humidity at 28%, wind at 15.8 kilometers blowing in from the southwest as well. This is the second practice session, and hopefully we're going to be bringing you a lot more action in this session as well than what we managed this morning as well, because we did have problems this morning, admittedly, with technology being an error with us as well, but we've been understanding that everything's been fixed. It's been fixed on my end, and it should be fixed on their end as well. Let's take a look. See, look, everything looks to be working. So if you keep your fingers crossed, there's the battle track then. As at the moment, you can see the computers working away, and air temperatures at 30 degrees, track temperature 45 as well. Let's give you some track stats as well, because everyone likes those. 4.675 kilometres, 66 laps ahead of us on the Sunday. 1991 is when we started racing here. 308.424 kilometres. Lap record of 118.149, set by Max Verstappen in the race. The pole time is a 1:16.741. And Megan, just take a look at this monitor. So press that button, we flash up. Isn't that cool? A new graphic.
That is cool. I like that.
Yes. Hello, Megan. How are you doing today?
Tired.
Yes, well, thanks for stepping in, because unfortunately, you saw we had Richie and Josh Plays in free practice 1. We found out the error. As in the first 20 minutes, the problem was the fact we had no timing screens. And then in the next 20 minutes, the problem was that Discord, unfortunately, had an update, and now it no longer works on this computer. So we need to update the Windows software and get it all sorted out. So stepping in for this session is Megan Burge for the first half an hour. Ian Burge will be with us later on in the session as well. So an in-house commentary team.
Because I can't do the whole hour.
No, you really can't do the whole hour.
I had a test, and then I've been standing up for ages.
Well,
so
I've even got you a nice swivel chair, look. So if you move that one out of the way, you can have a nice swivel chair for this one, because that's in for the Indy 500.
Yeah, the only time I sat down was I sat down on Paris's coat.
Oh, well, at least you were sat on the floor, at least, as they come through. So, what are you expecting then? Let's start with... down you go. Let's start with Fernando Alonso, shall we? Call to the stewards after he made some comments in the press conference, slagging off, effectively, the race directors, calling them incompetent. He's had a very heated discussion with Mohammed Ben Sulayem as well, the president. Bad day. He's having a bad week. Yesterday he was having a go at all of the IndyCar drivers, saying about all that with the aero screen and how it's not a proper device as well. It's been absolutely chaotic.
I feel like Davros.
You do?
I think that no one ever truly has a good race at their home race.
Is Fernando included in that?
Yes.
I was wondering if you were going to go there. But Fernando as well doesn't seem to be having a good week at all. He was arguing about the aero screen in IndyCar's the reason he's not doing it anymore. Don't argue about safety. He was arguing now with the race directors. He's been arguing with the team. Fernando just doesn't look happy anymore, which is weird considering we know he's staying around for a while.
He's just having a really bad time of it. People just sometimes don't... They have bad periods of time. Also, has Sainz been doing well this week?
Sainz was doing well this morning as well, yeah. Finished second overall with a clear on top. So
good.
He looks to be the exception to the rule.
At least one Spanish driver's having a good day now. Say that he's going to crash, isn't he?
Probably so, yeah. The green flag is out on the circuit, so we are up and running, which is fantastic news. And look, everything looks okay. At this point in time, we would usually throw down to Josh Plays, but of course we haven't got him at the moment. I know he's around in the Discord chat as well, but we can't see it. And he's around in that, because usually what would happen is we would have him on the monitor, but it's not working, and I can't put him through the laptop because this is what the laptop sounds like right now. Loads of fading errors,
that's
so
fair.
we can't throw him through there either. But at least we have
To
got
keep the tyres happy, we need to be smooth on power out of 12.
we've got Yuki Tsunoda at least, and we've got a working driver tracker. So fingers crossed, free practice 2 is going to be a lot better than what we predicted. What do you think of the Barcelona circuit, Megan? We haven't had great racing here in the past, but with these new cars as well, it could be. Have you sunk again? You look lower than you did before.
I think I'm always sinking.
What do you think of the Red Bull? Or what do you think of the Barcelona circuit then? We've seen boring races in years gone by. Are we going to have a similar situation this weekend, or are we going to see?
Maybe.
What about W Series that you're going to commentate on?
Yes.
Boring race?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they're in the Toyota cars this weekend at least.
Unless it's a Spanish driver, then crashy.
Martia Garcia had a spin this morning in the gravel trap in the practice
Paul
session.
Garcia.
Yeah. Some qualifying's coming up later, so you can join us. Well, actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. It's on live on YouTube, and you can join us tomorrow for the race itself. Sebastian Vettel there, getting out of the way of a few of the cars at the back half of the track. And do keep your comments coming in as well. We've got everything working fully up and operational now as well, which is great news. As Albon...
5.5, 2 burnouts, standard launch, second gear.
Megan's really loving the fact that we've got a swivel. Megan's on my swivel chair, by the way. It's been brought in because I'm in here for 6 hours doing IndyCar every night. So that's my own chair to sit in. And you're really enjoying the fact that there's a swivel chair in here. Yeah, but I swear you've sunk. Try and lift up the thing again. Either that or you're just pushing it down when you sit down.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Like you do.
Yes, to be fair.
Because it needs new springs.
Yes, it does. But we need some of these. I
Mine
keep
does
saying.
too, actually.
Well, I've got a swivel chair I perch on here as well, but it's uncomfortable for 6 hours. But
My swivel chair needs new springs as well.
everybody needs new swivel chairs and new springs. The good thing about all this is actually we should have more swivel chairs. If anybody's listening, we
Yeah.
need swivel chairs, like really good ones, 3 of them,
Though
one each.
I don't have one like Joshua has one.
No, you've got a basic one, haven't you? Like an
Yeah.
office chair.
Because it's the only thing that can fit in my room.
Yes, well.
So it'll be strat 2 or 3. If you feel the tyres are not ready, let's do strat 3 first. Otherwise, strat 2.
Are you alright, mate? You're alright. You're still not well.
Yeah, I'm still not well.
Yes, well, you're doing a great job to be here.
Yay.
Vettel is good in the first sector, 23.8. Second sector, he's down 31.3. But look at Albon with the red hair. He's top, 124.368 as well at the moment.
You
Great
should always
time.
have red hair.
He should always have red hair. Well, David Croft has red hair at the moment up in the Sky F1 commentary box.
Everyone's going red.
Vettel crosses the line, does a 1:23.901. It's not just my imagination. Everything sounds a little bit quieter today.
It does.
Yeah, it's not just my imagination. It's like the bus mixer just won't.
Kind of sounds like the 90s.
Yeah, I'm turning up our headsets a little bit so I can actually hear. Because I'm stood right next to you and I'm struggling to hear you. And I know if you take the headphones off, you can't hear anybody.
Exactly.
So I don't know what that's about. Anyway, driver tracker in full operation and working. Keep your. There you go. Sorry, Megan's going to cough. Let's go over to the YouTube chat then. In the press button 3. Look at that smooth, and it makes a sound as well. It's so smooth. I love these new
like that.
transitions. I love them. Right, let's go through it. Josh Players is in the pit lane for us, but he's having to send in text messages today. He says, "Hello, Josh. I'm down in the pit lane. The stewards have given Vips a driving reprimand for impeding Russell earlier, and the stewards have also given Alonso a driving reprimand for impeding Hamilton. Sorry, Megan, but Alonso got a reprimand."
It's a bad day.
It is a bad day. It's a bad weekend as well. Thanks, Josh. Keep you sending in your text messages, and we'll read them out every single time you are up there in the pits as well. Let's flash back over then to the driver tracker. I love my new animations. I'm loving them as well as we head down the back straightaway then. On board with Charles Leclerc towards turn number 1, the Elf corner. Drop all the way down now. 4th gear, about 90 miles an hour. Flick to the right, flick to the left.
Nothing, that's all.
That's
Yeah,
Albon.
copy,
I
understood.
had no grip from the first corner to the last corner.
The long sweeping turn 3 for Leclerc as well. Up to turn 4 at Repsol. Drop down 4th gear, 120 miles an hour at the exit. Drop down into Seat. Downhill braking zone. 3rd gear corner, 65 miles an hour towards the left. A little bit of a shake. Turn 6 is a sweeping left-hander for the heavy on the brakes. Down then, 4th gear, 7-8 chicane. Rising uphill towards Campsa at turn 9. Flat out. Yes, he is, wasn't he? 6th gear. Usually you take that in 7th gear, so he's not up to full speed. Now into the new turn 10. Slap on the brakes down.
He's breaking it in.
Yeah, 3rd gear corner. Tight at the exit. Keeps it in. Into turn 12 now. Flick to the right. 4th gear uphill. The camber keeps coming towards you. It sucks you into the corner. Into 13. Flick it down. 4th gear. Hard on the brakes. 2nd gear. Into 14 to the left. 15 to the right. 2nd gear, 68 miles an hour. Right in the New Holland, the last corner. 6th gear, 150 miles an hour. Blast line with DRS open. 8th gear by the time you reach it. Leclerc goes 3rd, 1:20.995.
Yeah, he could do better, though. Yay.
Yeah,
Good for
yeah.
a first.
And it's Sainz in P2 as well.
Ferrari domination.
Yeah, but it's Verstappen top with a 1:29.32, which means it's 46 thousandths of a second separating Verstappen and Sainz, but it's 63 thousandths separating the top 3. That is insane. Take a look at this, everybody. If we open up the battle computer with the full driver tracker and everything as well, Verstappen's time there at first sector 22.536, but look at that, 0.063 separate the top 3 as things stand after the opening run. Now, I don't know about you, Megan, but that is impressive as mad, isn't it?
It is very impressive, and Lando's on the screen right now. Oh, he went for all 4 wheels off the track just then.
And that was at the exit of Seat in turn 5, and he's done it again through the gravel at
even
7 and
more.
8. And he did well not to get beached there. In fact, I've got gravel from that part of the track. From turn 7 and 8. That's where I picked up the gravel back in testing in 2019. And it's a weird type of gravel there. It's almost like it's chalk instead of gravel. It's a chalky base.
I remember you saying that when you first got it. You said that it felt like chalk.
Yeah, I honestly feel like I could write with it. It's that type of material.
You should try.
I should, yeah. I've got loads of them upstairs. I have a gravel collection for them. It's just more fun as they come through. And by the way, if anyone's noticed, we have made a few additions to the commentary stream, i.e. the name of the race is now at the bottom of the screen. It just fills up some empty space as well, and some new graphics coming up. Basically, everything now improved, finally, as well. And I love the new flag animation. Have you seen the new flag?
Kevin Schumacher close behind you.
2 seconds, because Martin Brundle's down at turn 9.
4 corners before 13. Come on in.
Story of my career, Crofty. Always 4 corners too late. So, yes, we are on the inside of turn 9. It's a 160 mile an hour right-hander, up a hill, unsighted, 90-degree corner. You're staring pretty much at the sky as you come up the hill. DRS, drag reduction system, detection zone on the way in. And I'll show you where it is immediately on the way out of the corner. And as the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll comes through there, they're unbelievably stable. Fernando Alonso, Alpine, local hero as well. Of course, the only car I've seen move through here at the moment was Lewis's Mercedes, actually, as George Russell slowly goes past us. And there's a bit of a crosswind right in the middle of the corner. And we'll see as somebody comes through here fast. There's a white line as Sainz in the front. Watch his rear wing. They come off the corner and they're moving around on the curb, sparking and dust and everything flying from underneath. And they immediately open the rear wing on that white line you can see crossing the track. So they've barely got it all sorted out through the corner. And there goes the rear wing with the back end of the Aston Martin moving around a lot as it comes off the curb there. Now, I don't mind admitting, this is a corner that used to frighten me when I was a Formula 1 driver, because it was pretty easy to get it wrong. And if you've watched F1 for a while, you'll never forget Heikki Kovalainen's crash in the McLaren.
I'm going to have to interrupt Martin because we've got a yellow...
Bottas!
We've got a yellow flag, and it is Valtteri Bottas who has stopped on the track somewhere. And is that going to cause a red? It's down at turn 2, so we'll keep an eye on him.
I think he's spun out.
Yeah, can he get going? He's still stuck down there. He's not moving. So, Valtteri, we're about to cut to a picture. No, this is Valtteri now, and his transponder stopped. Oh, this is a replay as he's turned off the track. So this is a highlight. We've got a virtual safety car deployed. Let's hear from Bottas.
Engine.
Something's broke.
Something's wrong. And he got out there sharpish, didn't he, Megs, when he came to a stop.
He was like, nope, not staying in this thing.
We're back to live pictures now, and there's a bit of smoke there. Let's take another look at it. Virtual safety car is out. Let's listen on board.
Down the main straight. See if we can hear anything.
Get hydraulics, gearbox went. Look at the smoke in the cockpit, Megan.
Jeez. Now, what have we got out of there first?
So the hydraulics, he went to downshift, and the hydraulics locked, so that's gearbox gone. Could be engine broken as well.
I tell you what, a lot of drivers would have just continued on the track.
There, look, do you see the smoke and the bang? It all exploded up.
Yeah, a lot of drivers would have continued on the track. At least he did the sensible thing and decided, you know what, I'm going on the greenery. Don't care what happens.
And the marshals are pushing it now as well. And they're pushing it uphill. I know that part of the track, it's uphill. And Formula 1 cars are immensely heavy, especially when they've got fuel loads in.
Strong.
Yeah, he really is. And that's why we've got the virtual safety car out right now. Valtteri's going to try and help as much as they can, but the cars are still circulating out there. So Bottas comes to a grinding halt. I wish Sky wouldn't do that, by the way, where I thought we were live looking at it, but it was a replay. We're back with live pictures now, though.
That's annoying.
It is, because it shows up as it's not a replay. It shows up as like it's live.
It's simple. It's 6 letters.
Let's take a look at Carlos Sainz into turn 1. And did he have a mistake as well? No, he's going too quick. Oh, hang on. And he's made slight contact there, the exit. My goodness, with one of the Williamses there as well. As look at this, poor Damon Hill has had to put on a backup headset, and so has Nick De Vries, because the commentators are coming in. Let's listen just quickly.
See the entourage that
It's
he's
the
come with
bodyguards
as
he
well.
brought, that's the problem.
Pardon?
All these big bodyguards that you brought, that's the problem.
The
They
big
can't be
ones. Look at that.
That was Nick De Vries talking with Corinne Chatnock as well. He's in the Sky F1 commentary box. And there's the fans in the main grandstand as well. I got trapped up there. Left the commentary box.
You had to martial arts there.
Martial arts down, yep, absolutely. While we're under the VSC, as there's the electric-powered Suzuki bikes, by the way, that Valtteri Bottas is riding on back to the pit lane. They are not actually petrol or diesel. They are fully electric bikes, part of the
That's good.
part of the carbon neutral pattern as well. So he's just taking the back roads towards the back of the paddock as well.
Better sad there's no truck this time.
There's a great little restaurant on the inside of turn 1 down there as well, that when it's open, it sells like burgers, hot dogs, things like that, ice creams, ice cold drinks. Let me tell you something, when you're baking down with 32-degree heat, there's nothing better than an ice cold Coca-Cola. And especially in Spain, because it's got so much more sugar in it.
Can we pick that restaurant up and move it to here?
Yes, just outside the commentary box will do nicely.
Yeah.
Virtual safety car is ending, so we are going to go back to green flag shortly. In fact, it's coming up in the next 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Green flag is back out, and there's the new flag animations
like
coming
that.
back in. Ready? Oops. So there's the green, and there's the green again.
It kind of looks like that.
I know. I did
like
try and
it.
get it going down and up, but it didn't look as dramatic. So I like it going behind the timing graphics. It makes it look a bit more 3D.
Like someone's bringing a flag out.
Precisely, yeah. Yes, exactly. Bringing it out and bringing it back in again. Right, Josh Plays has got Josh like a kid in a candy shop, but they are awesome. Yeah, the new graphics. Norris took a trip to the gravel at turn 7. I'll keep an eye on Twitter. Thanks, Josh, on everything as well. Martin Brundle, we rudely interrupted as well, but is coming through. Carlos Sainz starts a lap time. Megs, Carlos Sainz, home Grand Prix. Retired from 2 of the 5 races so far this year, with backwards in the gravel trap.
Let's hope he doesn't make it a 3rd.
Yeah, this has got gravel traps at the exit of turn 1. All I'm saying is that
Oh, and it's Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso take each other off. That'll be.
Can you handle that? If they did that, could you possibly handle that?
I could actually, because it'd be hilarious.
And where's your Fernando flag? I thought you would have put
Upstairs,
in.
I am tired.
Are you bringing it in for the race on Sunday?
Sure.
Right, bring it in for the race on Sunday. Because that's a great flag that Alpine helped to get you.
I
Might just
know.
point out. Well, actually, it didn't help. They sent it. But yeah, you need to get that out and we'll pin it up if you like as well.
When I told one of my college tutors that I had a Fernando Alonso flag, I was like, that's an odd thing to have.
It's
was
not,
like,
yeah.
Not if you're me.
We'll pin it up if you like, along here. Should be big enough. And look, this is Formula One's new drone shot. This is a drone at on the infield of the circuit as well. Give me some new pictures.
What if a drone crashes or loses battery on the centre of a track and then they run over it.
Surprisingly, where it is actually in the midfield is quite a big section as well. Do you know, at the exit of turn 11, you get a great shot of that chicane if you stand on a dustbin. I literally stood on a dustbin with Armco barriers, my hands over it with my phone just over the track, just getting some great shots of the cars coming through. Now, the chicane is a great idea if it's when you're standing at that dustbin, because the cars come right towards you. But I much prefer the sweepiness of the last couple of corners.
What happens
the
if you
MotoGP
did
layout.
stop?
It would have hit right towards me and knocked me off the bin because the Armco barrier was there and the bin was there and there was no tyre barrier. So I would have fallen off the bin.
You probably would have fallen
Onto the
behind.
car. I would have gone over. I would have fallen onto the
it's
car.
like, hi!
Yeah. Oh, hello, K-Mag. Sorry. Because Magnus nearly dropped it, actually, in the Haas that year.
It's like, oh, hi!
Yeah, just jumps down and sorry
My
about
car
that.
now.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll pay for the damages. Not really. Speaking of that, I've actually got a piece of the Red Bull car from Gasly's crash. Was it Gasly's crash? Yeah, Gasly in 2019 in the Red Bull. Red Bull probably looking for that bit, to be fair. Little do they know, I snuck it
It's
into
like-
my bag.
Just like, where is this piece? We've been looking for it for 3 years.
Thing is, though, it doesn't.
Meanwhile, here.
It's not made of carbon fibre. It's actually made of steel. It looks like it's like a torsion bar off the gearbox or something because it really smashed it. But it looks like a gate stopper almost. It's perfectly machined in.
Let's
it's
hope
brilliant.
it wasn't necessary.
It's like a cog. Looks like a little bit of a cog. It looks fantastic as they come through. Anyway, let's return up to the main computer and get the full driver tracker up, as we had that chat open a bit too long, actually, because we got distracted talking. Oh, and Norris wide again. Exited turn 9 at Kampsa.
He's not having a
And
good time.
that lap time's going to get eliminated. And down towards turn 10.
Not a good one anyway.
Do you remember when we did the commentator challenge on the F1 game and that turn 10, we had to go straight on and it kept beeping at us because it wasn't part of the layout in the game?
Yeah.
Nobody needed a braking zone for that. I just went, whoosh.
It's like, beep, beep.
Yeah.
It's like, you beep one more
Oh,
time.
by the way, the commentator challenge is still on this year. It's going to be, what was it? Was it 3 or 4 part series? I can't remember what we decided on.
Free, I think.
It was 3. Was it train like an F1 driver, eat like an F1 driver, become an F1 driver? And that
Yeah.
was go-karting,
I'm not
wasn't
looking
it?
forward to the eat bit.
Yeah, neither am I. Was it go-kart race or go-kart lap time? I can't remember. I think it was a go-kart race, wasn't it?
Either one.
How we're going to film that, I have no idea. I think we need 3 cameras and loads of
I could
people.
get Paris to do one.
To be fair, yeah, we need 2 GoPros, one for you, one for me, and then we need at least 3 camera people at different parts of that track. Oh, Norris
That'd
Radio.
work.
For me, the most important is to do my job on track, because ultimately
But
that's the
then we
only
could
way.
also do it.
Yes, Nick DeFries not realising that we're a radio. You have to not talk over it. But yeah. Well, that's the commentator challenge plan, which, as I said, it's train like an F1 driver, eat like an F1 driver, race like an F1 driver.
Can we only do the eat one for a day?
Yes, it'll only be 2 days max.
No.
All right. But I'm surprised you're not looking forward to train like an F1 driver, the first one on the list.
I am.
You're looking forward to train like an F1 driver.
I like exercising.
3, hang on, say that again.
I like exercising.
3 words I thought I'd never heard you say in your life and I've never said before that.
What I do?
You like fighting exercising. You don't like
Yes.
actually doing anything other
I like
than that.
fighting exercises.
Yes, but running, treadmill, weights and all that lot.
I like the weights.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
The running, though, that can go to hell. I'll fail.
I
Like
went
that.
off turn 9.
And we've got the cross
Probably
trainers
down
as
to the
well.
floor.
So it does legs and arms at the same time.
I could probably do that.
Basically, I've asked Luke, who kicking clothing, by the way. He is putting a thing together for us, hopefully, and like an F1 plan, and that's going to be fun. Honestly, you're going to be exhausted that night when we do it all, when we film it.
Remember to stretch.
Yes. But yeah, that's the commentator challenge for this year then. As we come on, this is still Verstappen fastest on a 120.932. Sainz second, Leclerc third, Hamilton fourth, Russell fifth, Bottas is sixth, Perez seventh, Alonso eighth, Gasly ninth, and Ocon in the top 10 as things stand. Turn 2, incident involving Sainz and Albon, will be investigated after the session. And Mattia Binotto is talking with David Croft right now on Sky.
On how the day has gone for you so far.
Hi all, as first, good afternoon. The day so far very tight, very challenging, very intense, very busy. Obviously we are bringing some updates here in Barcelona, and when you do so, a lot of testing, a lot of data to be collected, analyzed, and try obviously to optimize the package for the weekend. And Barcelona is always a very difficult challenge. You've got the last sectors where you need the rear, but the initial sectors where you need as well the front, so the balance is always tight. But so far interesting and encouraging, I would say.
Is this the sort of weekend with many teams bringing big update packages? Is this a weekend that sets then a trend for quite a few more weekends to come? What happens in Barcelona will stay that pecking order for a while?
Wood says that at least now it's 6 races in the championship, and after 6 races, I think these new cars, we all start learning them and using them to the maximum potential. So we can certainly start assessing relative competitiveness between teams, and on top of that, as you said, the first upgrade. So
time to practice
I think in that respect, it will be an important weekend to understand the level
good time to do it. You got
of our
Vettel,
teams
6 seconds.
and ourselves. And maybe it will not set obviously for the rest of the season, but certainly for the next races.
And it's been a brilliant start to the season. You lead both championships, but how nervously are you looking over your shoulder at what Red Bull are doing, and how much more of a threat are they now than compared to the start of the year?
Not nervous. I think we are enjoying the fight. We are enjoying being there after so difficult years, the last one. So at the end, it's great for us to be in the lead of the championship. It's great for us at the moment to still being there and battling on the track. Not nervous, because I think if I look as well at the trend, if I look at the last race, it's true they won, but we locked the front row in the quali, showing that the potential is still there. So I'm not nervous. I know they're very strong in developing, so I will never be shine on that. They're very strong, but I think we can do well as well, and we are focused on ourselves and obviously concentrating on this weekend.
Mattia, thank you so much.
Mattia Binotto down there then for Sky, and having a word, and we're back up now in the comms box as Max Verstappen, Megan, fastest sector 1, 22.317, fastest sector 2 at a 29.9. Can he go the whole hog and take sector 3? But he gets slowed down by this chicane at 15.16.
He just can't quite make it round. It's like he overestimates it every single time.
He's gone quickest by 0.6 of a second, a 1:20.006 then.
That could be
from
5
Max
tenths
Verstappen.
faster if you just don't notice.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. He, compared to Vettel, who's second, he's 3 tenths quicker in sector 1, he's a tenth quicker in sector 2, and 2 tenths quicker in sector 3. So 0.697 across the whole lap. But they've done their laps on the C3 soft tyre. Everyone else was on either.
So, Sebastian, do you want to do a flap adjust? Is one question. Do you want to do another lap?
Well, I don't think I will go any faster. I mean, we can try just to see for quali.
Yeah, copy. So basically, it's about that learning for quali versus more laps in high fuel.
Forgot we were on camera there for a second. So we just had to sort of looked at each other there as they came through. Red Bull with a new floor update as well. Mercedes, I think everybody nearly has a new floor. All teams have updates, bar Haas. Haas don't get them until the French Grand Prix in 9 weeks' time.
Haas, I just tried to...
Oh, you're right. Yeah. She's still not well.
I only got 4 hours sleep. I was up coughing.
Oh, Megan.
I did a test.
Did you take those Lemsips I gave you?
No, they're evil.
Ugh.
I had them once and I felt so much worse.
Tomorrow's W Series is going to be fun. Yeah. As they come through, as they come back now.
Max, do you want a double call or are you happy to box?
My throat was really bad this morning.
I'm not sure it'll be faster. What do you think?
We have the time for it. Let's give it a go. So, double call through the pit lane.
So 2 laps through the pits to cool down, and then they can get going again out there. And Martin Brundle is trackside in a few moments, but let's go. Helmet cam is now the onboard camera of choice, and they are being made mandatory for 2023, the helmet cameras, for all drivers, which means we're going to get some stunning pictures. I think this is one of the greatest camera innovations ever. They were looking to see, well, where could we put the camera when the Halo came in? And they just, why has never thought?
Helmet.
Yeah, let's just put it on the helmet. Look at this, 6th gear, side by side through the corners, and it gives you a great sense of the elevation change and the velocity of the bumps as well. And do you know what I can't wait for either? Singapore. That is Singapore with a night race, and that camera is going to look fantastic.
Monaco.
Yeah,
Going
Monaco
round
too.
That really tight corner, which I the name escapes me.
Where say again?
Do you know that really tight corner?
The Lowe's hairpin in Monaco.
No.
And what part of the track? Which track?
It's like
the Singapore Sling. The right, left, the left,
Yes.
right, left. That went years ago.
Yeah, though, if we do that.
Yeah, that would be fun. That part of yeah. I know what you mean.
I've got it in my mind and I never still use it.
Which track?
I don't know. I only know for what it looks like.
Well, here's a track guide for every track.
I only know what the picture looks like in my mind.
Well, again, just like last week, Megs.
No, it's definitely Monaco.
It's Monaco. The Lowe's here. Is it here? Handy, we've got a page of Monaco here. Is it here?
No.
Is it there?
Little bit. Getting back on throttle, turn 4.
Where's Monaco?
Here.
Getting back on throttle out of
Rascasse.
turn 7 and
Yes!
mid-corner speed in turn 9. Mid-corner
Rascasse.
speed in turn 10 and getting on throttle out of 13.
We don't mention Leclerc and Rascasse, considering that he's crashed there 3 years running.
It will be funny to see at a fourth.
Yes. Well, third year is this year. Don't remember. 2019, crashed. Didn't race there 2020. 2021, crashed, Rascasse. 2022, in Lauda's 74 Ferrari, brakes failed, crashed.
How much trouble is he in?
Not at all, because the brakes failed. So he's not in any trouble. But, yeah.
I would
So,
make him in trouble.
Megan, you're on about the helmet camera through
Rascasse.
Rascasse, yeah. That's next week.
He's evil.
Monaco's next week. Are you looking forward to Monaco?
Yeah, always.
You
Hopefully it's not boring this year.
And, of course, straight after the Monaco Grand Prix, we've got the Indy 500.
Let's hope that the French Grand Prix
Okay,
and
Lance, you've got a good gap.
Monaco get
14
decided to
ahead
switch
to
again.
Albon. 14 ahead to Albon.
And
Okay, sector 3 is good, so we don't need too much there. Just turn 7 we can make a step and then we're looking good.
the one thing I'm also going to say is that but I should be wearing a suit on Monaco, mainly because it's the 500 after, and I'll be on
We're
American.
going gamble or something.
No, I'll be on American television. And
So you will look like you're going
Yes.
gambling.
Yeah. And, by the way, you can listen to us on USRN. If you're out and about on the Mixlr app, USRN2 is where you'll find me, Megan and Dad, and Josh Plays on this weekend's Spanish Grand Prix. And we get the Monaco Grand Prix as well. Okay, time to turn up the audio then with Charles Leclerc. Down towards turn 1, into the Elf corner, slam down the brakes, harder up the hill. Turn 3 now, long sweeping left-hander that keeps on climbing up the hill towards turn 4 at Repsol. Drop down already, 4th gear, flick the car towards the right, control the wheel spin at the exit as you put the power downhill now into the braking zone, into the left-hander, tight corner as well for Seat. Now, turn 6 is a sweeping corner to the left. You can keep on the accelerator. 7 and 8, uphill parts of the track. 4th gear, over the curb. Don't go too wide or you'll lose lap time. He's flat through Kamsa at turn 9, the sweeping right, opens up the DRS as well, hurtles down towards turn 10, DRS snapshot, 3/10 up already in the second sector, round turn 10, a little bit wide at the exit, but using all the available road, into turn 11, done it nicely, long sweeping turn 12 now, right-hander, back on the accelerator, car jumps out of the way of the AlphaTauri as well, of Sonoda, into 13, 14 and 15, the chicane area now, got on the pace of the exit, right in the yellow sausage curb, out of New Holland, across the line for Charles Leclerc, and it's the fastest time of 1:19.670. Not a bad lap time.
Yay! I think it's my time to leave.
Yes, I think it is coming up shortly. Yeah, as Ian Birch will replace you shortly.
Shall I go get him?
Well, there's no point because you'll have to get up and leave.
He probably won't.
Oh, he will.
Come in.
He'll be here. And he'll probably just getting ready to moving over. Anyway,
He better be getting up.
and you definitely can't leave now because I haven't got any TV pictures, so I need someone to talk to at the moment. Is that Sky's first ad break in half an hour?
Beep.
Yeah, you go beep and you crash into the flags. You crash into the.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah, you're forgetting it is a swivel chair, and I can just move you around wherever you like. So
That's fun. Do that again.
No, Megan is now locked in. Come on, Davros.
Whee!
Yeah, stay there. I'll put the brakes on. Yeah, so that's going back in the house at the end of tonight. So.
I can trap you.
I haven't yet told Megan, by the way, that the qualifying for IndyCar that she agreed to do tomorrow is on from 5 till 9. Sorry, it's on from 5 till 11. Anyway, Ian Birch just walking into the box, so Megan's going to disappear.
I think we should do double call, but if you want to try single, that's fine.
Bye, Megs.
Poppy, we'll get back to you.
Oh, no, don't sit now. My God.
Fairly close to time off to Nicholas is turn 5 mid speed.
Tyres were really gone after turn 9. Tyres were good for turn 1 and turn 2.
Tyres now good through turns 1 and turns 2. You can get that in order now as well as they come through. Charles Leclerc still the fastest on a 1:19. No, Leclerc does a 1:19 point. I can't tell because your time screen's changed the same as mine up here in the comments box at the moment. It's a 1:19.670 as things current stand as well. No, so 2 seconds. Go on, say again.
Bring back Josh Plays.
He'll be back.
Yeah, well, do you know what?
Oh, you missed that. Look at that. Look, you missed that. Watch the timing camera because it's about to fade over. I didn't do it very well.
I just nearly fell asleep. Anyway.
So what do we see on an entry of 4? A lot of rear instability.
I hear
Is it locking? Rear lock?
Press that button. You swipe your graphics.
Because, yeah, well, it
was the same both the first and second lap. Quite poor on braking. And the brake.
It's better here than it is actually on the broadcast.
Yeah, it's better here than it is on the broadcast.
You've got to get this sorted out.
I think it's glitching over there so slightly, but it should be okay. And yeah, look, Josh Play says, do you want me in the whole 6 hours on Saturday? No, you can flick in and out, Josh. Don't worry, we're not going to hold you for the whole 6 hours, just Megan. And then says, bring back Josh Play. Yeah, you'll be back tomorrow.
Does Megan have to do W series at
Megan has to,
6?
No, not today. She's got to do it tomorrow, though. She's got to do the race tomorrow, and she's got to do the voiceovers. And also, she's
the voiceover.
Then she's got to do the live qualifying for IndyCar, by the way, this weekend on the YouTube channel.
I love voiceovers.
6 hours tomorrow she's got to cover.
Hi, this is Heavy Ellie, the late night jazz jockey for all of you to listen to. And I'm going to ask the question now that all late night disc jockeys ask. Is there anyone out there? please, ring me. Anyway.
What have you been thinking of then so far? And also, it plays a sound.
How would I know?
Let's see if you can hear it. It plays a nice swish sound.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was playing with my graphics and I love it.
Have you? Well, I would like, something wrong with this microphone.
Don't you start. Anyway, right, Russell's gone second fastest at the moment on a 1:19.787. Alonso jumps to P5 as well, so that's a good time there.
Is that Noel or Liam Gallagher?
I think that's Liam Gallagher. No, is it? Yes, Liam Gallagher.
Liam.
Yay, I got one right.
Got it right.
Yes, brilliant.
Kid of the 90s.
Right, back with Sky F1 then a moment. Hello? Hang on a minute. Am I reading that correctly? Hang on. 2 seconds. Alexander Albon.
Just check the score because I ran quite wide in turn 9.
Way!
Hang on, 2 seconds. Albon radio.
Just check the score because I ran quite wide in turn 9.
Yeah, Albon did. For the first time since Australia.
And hang on. And for his Knights in White Satin. Knights in White Satin.
Don't sing, we get copyrighted.
Not the version I was going to use.
Beth, you're back.
Hi,
Hello.
Beth.
Well, has it been 6 weeks since Australia?
No, she doesn't.
I'm double checking.
She's been working.
April the 6th, 14th, 6th. Yeah, it's been 6 weeks.
She's been touring Australia working.
Yeah, and I did get your email, and I did reply, and I loved it. So
it's still nice
back,
weather.
Beth.
I saw pictures of Rachel at a wedding.
Yeah.
Not
Brooks, by the
Springs.
way. Yeah, not Rachel Brooks. This is family
No,
member.
no, Rachel Brooks isn't married yet.
Okay, Alex, we think that time's done, so we'll have to box this lap, so go in lap.
Do you know what? If you want to see...
Just check the score because I ran quite wide in turn 9.
That's the full message then.
It was boring, that radio.
Magnussen, okay, so Magnussen's on a call. You can sit with him. Just repeat that comment.
Just check the score because I ran wide in turn 9.
Yeah.
Understood.
If you want to see a nice bit of fun that Sky have been doing over the last few days since they've been in Barcelona. Was it at home?
No, it was Barcelona.
Yeah, I thought it would. I thought it looked like Barcelona pits. Rachel and Nats have been using McLaren sports cars on the track been coached by the two McLaren drivers, and they were very impressed with the way Rachel. They know her brothers. They should know that she's a good racing driver herself. She screeched away and left black tyre marks on the floor. Brilliant.
Ah, Beth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, welcome back, Beth, and hopefully you're okay. And I've just put that in the chat, actually, to be welcome back. Indeed, Josh plays, she says as well. Let's take a look. Here we go. Yeah, indeed, I'm like a moth when it comes to new graphics. Yeah, we've got loads of new graphics as well.
Remember this Sunday on BBC Radio Merseyside, it will be Liverpool champions again, or we've missed it again for a different year and it's gone to the Manx.
Yes. Well, let's just clarify that.
But whatever it is, we'll have a good time.
By the way, with USRN, we are covering the Spanish Grand Prix and the Monaco Grand Prix.
Are you?
Yes, this weekend. And the guys at USRN are also covering the qualifyings for this weekend. So we're trying a dual stream at one point as well during the qualifyings on Saturday and Sunday to see if that'll work. So fingers crossed.
Okay, Lewis, I think we should go to box at the end of this lap just to get on with the programme, but let us know. Not sure that I have a second lap in it. George only did one. Currently P3, George P2, just 900ths between you.
One thing I've got to figure out is why it keeps overloading the stream whenever I press the hotkey.
You should have updated to Windows 11.
Yes, that's what's caused the problem with Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, Gasly, yeah. Every time we touch the throttle, we are just sideways as well.
Going on with Daniel as well.
Beth says as well, so is it true that the two Red Bull cars have been resprayed Aston Green? No. Right. What's happened is...
I'll tell you what, they were prepared for this because they managed to have the green cans.
The lime flavour, yeah.
Because you can get these things in all different colours, these Red Bulls.
Yeah, it's the lime ones.
Should be called Green Bull, shouldn't it?
We've got some problems down at McLaren.
There's quite a few of them been under the cars over the last half an hour.
Floors off on the McLarens.
We're just sideways.
I can't tell which one it is yet. It's number 4, so it's Lando Norris who's taken the floor off the back of the McLaren there.
Charles Leclerc going out in the Ferrari.
Right, so basically what's happened is with the Aston Martin, the FIA did investigate the fact, have they taken any intellectual property from Red Bull because several of the Red Bull designers left the team and joined Aston Martin right at the start of the year. However, Aston Martin have been fully cleared because they had the designs for this car in the wind tunnel in November.
They also had the FIA come down before the season started and inspect and showed both designs. Jenny, nice picture, Jenny. She got a picture of the Red Bull can that's green that Mr. Horner has got.
And it looks like she's got a lighter equipment this weekend as well.
Yeah, every time we touch the throttle, we're just
well,
sideways.
I was noticing... Sorry, radio. I was noticing... have you seen the...
new
floors, and they've put gaffer tape on the underneath bit to reinforce it and just make a little bit of extra drag. There's the ice skate.
Yeah, on the back
Anybody
of the
who has been ice skating will know the shape of that is the shape of a hockey blade, right? It's just like a little add-on, and that combined with the front wing, which is as we see here. It's got these little waves in it, the new wing.
Yeah, this Alpine as well. New wing fairlets.
They're all going down the same.
Here's Aston.
It's the traditional time in the season where the flyaways have allowed them to all see which cars are doing well and try to steal other people's ideas.
The big thing
it's been happening in Formula One since day dot.
The big thing with the Aston is the fact is that the side pods as well.
I think it's 5 more laps. Early indication from you about which axle you think will be most limiting?
Yeah.
Rear axle.
Copy that, copy.
Yeah, the thing with the Aston is that the side pods look so similar to the back of the Red Bull as well, even down to the vanes and the turning vanes as well,
Look,
and
at the end
to
of
the back of the suspension.
At the end of the day...
Mike Crack is looking on at that as well, just thinking, what is going on? Why are you showing that?
Well, Mike has been on already talking about this. And, at the end of the day, as Pated said, anybody can take photos of that and get within a tenth of a millimeter of the design, and you know, with the cost cap, a lot of them will be stealing everybody else's ideas. As long as you haven't seen the actual drawings, the
Then you're
FIA
fine, yeah.
are fine. You can copy as much as you
Keep
like.
pushing, but we'll box this lap. Keep pushing, but we'll box this lap. Aero balance check.
Yeah, it's more the fronts are just overheating again.
Copy.
Fronts are overheating.
I mean,
Stroll
a few
reporting
years
now.
ago when Ferrari were helping themselves around the corners by pumping oil
yeah, into the fuel
into
line.
the fuel line, although they didn't get done for it, there was at least 2 other teams that was doing exactly the same because they'd worked
Just
out
slowed
what,
down, yeah.
what Ferrari was doing, and they weren't Mercedes, were they?
No, Red Bull did it.
Red Bull did it.
Just put it out there. Red Bull
Which-
did it.
Yeah,
so
they thought it
obviously.
was. They thought it was such a you know.
Oh look, I can
A
see
good
my
idea.
I can see my £1 million villa, £4 million villa I stayed in when I was from there.
Do you know what though? Red Bull that year were using a similar system with the exhaust gases.
They were, yeah, they were channeling
heating,
them back through.
you know, channeling the heated or
underneath the floor, yeah. To try and create the the ground
It
effect.
was having
yeah.
a similar ground effect system. Because the car's operated nowadays,
Yeah.
they actually suck to the floor, whereas before you had a high rake at the back, and the idea was to put all on the front,
Yeah.
the downforce on the front.
Now it's completely changed. It's just swapped
Yeah.
ends, which is nice. Quickly, going to go to the chat because Beth says Norris bottoming him out pretty badly in his first lap time. Yeah, he was, and that's why I think he's damaged the floor.
The most interesting thing I've heard in the last few days
Hmm.
is, any of you that have been watching Sky, probably because it's just been repeated on Sky, is that yesterday there was a photo day where the Mercedes crew had a photo day. They were allowed to do 100 miles on old tyres from last year. But what they did manage to do during that 100 miles...
Offset 2 for tyres, offset 2.
They managed to work out with their new systems and their new upgrades how to turn on and off the porpoising.
Yeah.
And that is a breakthrough. And every team in
wants
that
to see it,
paddock will be able to see how they did it. You know.
And I think we're going to be seeing some interesting ones. That Ferrari Leclerc didn't look like it was porpoising down the start finish straight there, but
Also,
Mercedes is looking great now. Look at that, second and third. for Russell Hamilton.
Has anybody seen the interview with Rachel and Max, where Max would be no good at poker?
No, he wouldn't, would he?
Asked if this how are you doing all these upgrades at Red Bull when you've got a cost cap in place, and he virtually acted like Inspector Clouseau in that film when he said his wife was very frugal.
Verstappen is
Says
continuous laps.
the team
High
is
fuel,
very
5
good at
seconds
that,
behind.
and finding cheap ways of doing this. And I just it just went through my mind that Inspector Clouseau going, my wife is very frugal. She serves for my housekeeping.
I love Inspector Clouseau as well.
Yeah, Clouseau is brilliant. I mean, I've always been a fan of Peter Sellers. I brought these kids up on old BBC radio comedy, and Sellers was part of the Goon Show. And that is absolutely fantastic show if you can find any.
I love that from Beth. Oh, 2 seconds. Martin's down on trackside.
I can see the exit of turn 11. The Red Bull and the Ferraris are better out there. It's a traction limited exit. It's a long left-hander. In fact, all the slower corners around this track are left-handers, and all the fast ones are right-handers, giving you quite an imbalance on this fundamentally clockwise circuit. There's no doubt about it. Releasing off 11, the Mercedes and the Aston Martin in particular are not as nailed down. They're not as confident in the back of the car. And the Red Bull and Ferraris can hold that tighter line, which then opens up the entry to this turn 12 that I'm standing on now. Remember, they changed the track here a couple of years ago to go back to more of an old layout. And when we first rolled out here in pre-qualifying in 1991, it's exactly the same then as it is today. It's a patience corner. Wait, and then squeeze the throttle pedal like it's got an egg underneath it. You don't want to brake. And you can hear some cars, they can pick the throttle up just a little bit earlier and a little bit harder as George Russell goes through there. So a really technical part, obviously the final sector, and he gets more and more tight then through to turn 16, the final corner. But the tyres are really getting tormented through here as the drivers try to build speed quickly. Then you brake hard, swing it into the apex as Verstappen. Let's see when he picks. Yeah, you can hear the bark of the exhaust. You can hear the engine revs rise. And the Red Bull is very good at releasing off turn 12. And it's a corner where you can get in a little bit too hot and get out wide. But as Lewis Hamilton comes through in the Mercedes, and yeah, really interesting. You can see so much. Yeah, the cars are not sliding all over the place or jumping up and down, but the nuances through here are spectacularly different, actually, between the various cars and drivers. And, of course, then which tyres they're running at any given point. Over and out, Crofty.
Thank you there, and apologies for hearing some breathing. It wasn't from us. That was actually
Crofty.
from... Yeah, it was from Crofty, because they haven't got sound shields on. We were just explaining it. Pinkham didn't have one in the first practice session, because look, I'll give you an example, though.
Yeah, she was heavy breathing.
With the sound shield on, it sounds like this, like... With it off...
Max Cluzo.
So sound shields do provide us, otherwise we'll be every time
Who
we
would
go
that make
pee,
Kato? Well,
there's
it's Kato is from near us. He's from Hull, and unfortunately we've lost him now. But Kato was fantastic. Fantastic guy. I mean, and he did all those shows with those films with a complete Hull accent, didn't he?
He did. Quite a lot of degradation science is reporting over the radio there as well.
People are confused by that, but if you've seen Last of the Summer Wine, you know.
12 minutes to go, and now they decided to throw an ad break in. Well, it's nice to have you back, Beth, as well. In the
it
chance.
is. It is.
We have missed you in the past 4 or 5 races.
Yes, Albon could be Kato. Not now, Kato.
Poor Albon. Well, he's got his red hair, hasn't he?
It could be Christian, because he loves hiding in lockers. I am not having a go at Christian's size.
I think he likes stuffing people in lockers, to be fair.
He's my height.
Christian Horner?
Yeah, he's only little.
All right.
I'm only little.
Just to double check that for a second. I thought Christian Horner was just slightly bigger than Mum.
He's 5. I thought that Christian was. Look it up.
Oh. Right, here we go then. Here we go.
I thought Christian was 5'7.5".
Well, I'm 5'10", and you're around about the same height as me.
5'8" with his hat on.
Christian Horner is 5.
Oh, he's lying about his age.
Born 1973. How tall is Christian Horner? He's 5'8".
He's 41, not 39.
He's 5'8", is Christian Horner.
I told you he was 5'7.5". 5'8" with his hat on.
Josh says, "Who's Albon? I only know Albono."
Albono.
And what's that?
5'8".
Yeah, there you go.
5'8", Christian Horner.
Josh, I love these new graphics. I'm sorry, I love them.
Best of it is, Joey's only 5'6".
Yes.
Right, and people have always thought that the Spice Girls were taller. But Mel B is the only tall one of the Spice Girls.
Speaking of which, her brother is half an hour away from us right now. He spent the day at Cadwell Park.
Did he?
Yeah, I did consider sending
him
a message.
We had an incident at Cadwell. I think it was Tuesday, and the helicopter had to come and take one of the track day riders away.
When they go down there, it goes down.
Yeah, it's coming over the ridge, and the bike flies. It actually flies coming over the ridge, and it's could happen to the best of the riders,
Beth,
kid I went to school with, and was badly injured at Cadwell. And a kid who lived across the road from me was killed at Cadwell. So
I keep saying as well, and I have said it as well. Luke's dad, Mike. He used to be a motorcycle racer, and he used to be all the way around all the motorcycle races at Cadwell and everything as well. Keep saying, get him here and get him in the commentary box for one of the MotoGP races. The amount of stuff when we were at Snetterton as well, the amount of stories that he was coming out with, he found it really weird being back at a racetrack.
Yeah, I mean.
But all the stories comes out, it's brilliant. As Beth's got a comment.
I met Wayne Gardner and people like Rob Burnett
Well, they
and
lived round
Roger
here.
Marshall quite a few times.
They live round here.
Yeah, of course I do.
And the one thing that's why I was...
Owen.
Yeah.
What's the Owen Chappell, is it? Or something like
think so, yeah.
Owen Chappell?
Chappelle sounds more familiar.
Yeah, he's what's he called? He's got a bike repair shop and
I know
thing down Church Street.
Oh, Guy Martin lives in this town in Grimsby as well.
Yeah, Guy Martin's here.
It's,
and,
you know, like how...
he repairs trucks.
Thing is, though... tell you what, though...
He's very good at it as well.
I'll tell you what, the best story I've ever heard is that when somebody I knew did their driving test, they almost ran down Guy Martin on their driving test.
Yeah,
I thought that was fantastic. But honestly, Guy Martin, you just see him popping up everywhere in Grimsby. He could be anywhere. He was in Freshly Placed once, just walking the other direction.
Yeah, and of course, you saw Neil at
Hudson
Tesco's.
Coming out of Tesco in Cleethorpes, yeah. and he was a bit worried there because he was at Le Mans 2 days later. But they were all down at
And if you want to
Cadwell.
go down the road to Leeds, right, Gavin Emmett.
Up? Or is it across? From us? I always get called up on that by
I
Heather.
always go down the road.
Is it down?
You go down the road to end.
So it's down to...
Down M180 to end.
So it's down to Leeds.
Turn
up
right.
to York. Yeah.
Turn right. Next junction. Turn left.
Right.
Right. Go to start of M62M. Right. And take roundabout onto Inner Ring Road.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that must. Yeah.
Turn
yeah,
right
so
at
it's
Chapel Town,
Yeah.
and Gavin Emmett's his 42 on the right.
Thing is, though, he's commentated from them before as well.
Yeah, I know he has. Yeah, I remember that.
So just quickly, Josh Play says as well. I've been in that exact Tesco as well. So, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yes, you have. When you went
yeah.
to Cadwell. Yeah.
Beth says, anyway, I support any means to get Seb back towards the top, even if that means him driving Scuderia Red Bull Racing Green Toro Petronas.
Actually, I'm sorry, but this is actually we can actually tell people now. This is Seb's last year as a Formula One driver.
Yeah.
Next year, he is going to be our Prime Minister.
His appearance on Question Time was fantastic, wasn't it, when he came through?
Yeah, he's very good. He's very.
2 seconds, Antonio.
Medium is faster than the soft, we believe, and the drag is high.
Medium is
faster than the soft, we believe, and the drag is high.
That's an interesting call then. So
they were asking
medium quicker.
Seb questions. Question Time is like a political discussion program where there's a large audience of all different types of people asking the panel questions, and it was quite rowdy when it came here.
What a surprise!
It was more than rowdy. They hadn't had a load of big mouths on there since I was last on it.
Yeah, I remember that, and I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they still that woman still doesn't like me.
Seb pushed all his green issues towards the front and told people straight of what they should be doing and what should in his nice, charming way.
Seb way, yeah.
Seb way.
I found it
Seb way.
Yeah, Seb way. Yeah. I found it impressive.
He should have his own version of the Segway as a Segway.
Yeah.
That's one for the marketing.
6
a
more
bit
time,
like
your day
Jess's
similar across the
hat.
field.
Yeah, go on.
Jess and a bucket hat.
Yeah.
Available from all good Aston Martin suppliers.
Yeah, and it's out there.
It's out there, yeah. And that's because they had one made for Jess because she's the reserve driver.
Well, she wears a bucket hat in the summer and then she wears the beanie hat in the winter.
I think it's amazing how she looks like that Kelly off Coronation Street.
I know what I mean, yeah.
You could swap them around. Give Kelly a drive.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Millie.
I do not know how Jess walked around Snetterton in the baking hot sun with that winter beanie hat on, and how she stood for a COVID test right behind me.
Yeah, but I think, as Valtteri Bottas said, that cool jacket that went missing, right? Maybe she got it, and that she had it on underneath, cool jacket. Do you remember Jensen got that? First one was Jensen, wasn't it? Who got one of these electronic cool jackets?
Yes, on the grid.
On the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monaco, do you remember? He had it on there. Yeah. But yeah.
It was all right till Danny Ricciardo
She's
electrocuted himself doing a shoey.
She's so pleasant to speak to, though, is Jess.
Jess,
So,
yeah, lovely
great,
girl.
Great. And back here this weekend, of course, the W Series she's racing.
And here, Jess should actually get a few rides in Formula One over the next 2 years.
Put her in one of the practice sessions as a rookie.
Well, now you've got this new rule.
Yeah.
That all the teams. This is why we had people like De Vries,
and Vips earlier, yeah.
and Vips there earlier, and who's that Polish bloke?
Robert Kubica.
Robert Kubica.
Yeah.
He's
going to be good, I reckon.
I think he'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
You've got to hand it to him. He did really well this morning. Anyway, Rob, we love you. And, Kubica's still around doing his little bit because it's all about experience and knowledge.
Okay, entry 7, mid 5, entry 7,
Yeah, it's not going to help, mate. It's okay, just get this.
I wish this radio would shut up. Anyway.
Beth says that Polish bloke. Hashtag
Polish bloke. Yeah, you know him.
Yeah. As I come back
Anyway, the new rule is this season that all the teams have to give
both cars
2 sessions during the season up to junior drivers to drive their cars.
Yeah.
Right? So that means Max and Charles and even Lewis will have to at some stage give their junior drivers. And that's where Seb could give his or his lordship could give their car to their Aston Martin
to Jess. Yeah, get her in. What is stopping us?
Daniel, box now.
Ricardo coming in. If they don't give one of the drivers,
because the last time we had a woman driving in Formula One on an actual race weekend was Mrs. Wolf.
And this is Mick Schumacher taking too much
Toto's missus was the last one for Williams.
Germany 20.
And yet we've got such
he's not
talented
the bollard
drivers.
Hey, whoever thought that was a great idea? That bollard at turn 14 is on a spring, so it flies back up instead of being completely knocked off.
Well, that's because
last year.
That's because of Seb managed to get it every time last year.
Yeah, they've learned from last year then. So well done Barcelona.
Yeah, because they had to replace it about 8 times last year.
Now, if you could only just give me the key so I don't have to Tomb Raider my way down from the commentary box, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, you had to shimmy through. They locked the commentary box up.
Yeah, the lift went up, not
and
down.
the lift was turned off.
Leclerc's last lap was a 27.0.
So him and the other 2, you had to shimmy out the side of the commentary box over the balcony and drop down to
6 foot drop, by the way, 6-story drop, and had to drop with all the
drop down
stuff off.
to the next level and then the next level until they were out.
And it was quite exciting actually, but not the way I wanted to leave the commentary
I
box.
wanted film of it so they could send it to You Been Framed.
I think actually Connor might have some footage. I'm not too sure. I need to find that out. One thing I do know is that in terms of Barcelona, they do some of the best burgers I've ever had in my life here.
Well, there's a guy at the circuit, and he said, and I went, waffle, and he went, I said, you're not even speaking Spanish, you're just going, he says, I said, no. He says, I speak perfect English. I learned it from a book.
They're really struggling with overall grip.
Anyway.
Balance is
I said, no, I'll have one of the...
So what do you guys see? Places to improve?
Will someone shut that radio up?
Ball management.
We have to broadcast.
4. Manage more in turn 4.
And that's Perez.
Confirm your second more management turn 4.
More management turn 4.
Perez has gone off into the gravel down at turn 7. He's got back on though, so a little bit gone wide there.
Can I finish my story?
Yes, you can.
Right.
You've got 40 seconds.
40 seconds. So, he said, do you want a waffle? And we had that joke. And I said, no, I'll have one of them pancakes. And he said, crepe. And I said, I don't know. I haven't even had it yet.
Oh, for God's sake. Very well done, yeah. Some of the best burgers I've ever had at trackside here as well. Lovely meat, juicy burger. And then they did such an amazing chicken burger. They stuffed loads of salad in it.
If only you
Fantastic.
could get the burgers...
Into the gravel.
That's Paris. You're gone.
The burgers from here and the chips and mushy peas from Canada As you just come in
Yes.
into the circuit on the right hand side, there's
Yes,
that
the fish and chip shop. Yeah,
fish
yeah,
and chip
yeah.
shop that everybody goes on about.
And this got some of the great things in the world. And I'll tell you one thing.
Apparently, Lewis likes the vegetarian sausage battered.
Oh, I'm surprised. To be fair, though, I quite liked the pasty paella I had in. Now, it wasn't in Barcelona, actually. It was in Girona. So it was about 40 minutes away from Barcelona, where they actually shot Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Beautiful city. Beautiful atmosphere.
Lord of the Rings was New Zealand.
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't go there. But, beautiful. And I must admit, Spain is...
Frodo, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, Frodo, you don't.
Do you know, the thing about this
Checkered
is...
flag.
As the
Take
flag is
care.
out, yeah.
You'll be staying out for a start on the grid.
The thing about this track is, at the moment, you look at it and think it's slap bang right next to the city. Oh, no. 2 seconds. We'll get on Beth in a second. This track is actually slap bang in the middle of an industrial estate.
Yeah, and it's
surrounded by factories.
Do you know what? My favourite thing, Beth's pointed out that, she saw this documentary in the 1970s about a waiter that had gone abroad to England. Torquay, I think it was. Anyway.
And the problem with Spain is that all good waiters have left at work overseas,
Yeah.
Manuel, there are too many butters on those trays.
On the donuts trays?
No, on those trays. I'm not doing that joke. I love that one.
Oh! Siberian hamster.
There is no rat here. Not anymore.
Yeah, there is,
Right, anyway.
Oh, no, they.
Yeah, what was the story? Yeah, so...
Yeah, go on, Joe.
Some great food in Barcelona, but...
Oh, no.
Okay, copy that. We'll have a look.
That's Gasly.
Also, ratatouille in Barcelona.
It is true what they say, though, that the entire of Spain, it's like you're in a bowl because of the mountains that surround the entire country. Honestly, everywhere you go, it feels like you are stuck in a bowl. It's one of the weirdest
Stuck
experiences.
in a bowl or stuck in a bowl?
Stuck in a bowl. It's one of the weirdest experiences in my life because you do feel slightly claustrophobic because you can see the mountains surrounding you.
Even more claustrophobic as when we used to stick you under the stairs and turn the light out.
Nah, that was just fun. As I go through. But anyway,
Beth's favourite thing is
joke.
that
I know.
about me sticking you under the.
I know it's not true.
I get a blame for your mother doing it.
It's not true. Anyway,
it was true.
Anyway, back
we
to
wanted to see if the light goes out when we think, so we put you under the stairs, put the things, right?
It did go
and
off.
Then then put the Hoover against the door, and you couldn't get out for about an hour.
It was
the screams were amazing.
Careful what you bloody say on a live YouTube stream.
So we'll
Get
go
in
around to the
trouble.
grid to take the grid start.
It
You're
was a joke.
23.
Doesn't matter. You can't say anything these days.
You can't. They hardly can. It's all a joke. He did actually want to go under the stairs.
Well,
to
we
see
did
if
actually.
the light goes out.
We needed to check because our electricity was being hemorrhaged. And what was the reason for that? It was the dot.
You.
No.
Our electricity bill
Not
is
in 2004. It wasn't. Didn't it turn out to be Kellyanne's light switched? And every time it used to be on, it used to trip the system and double our bill.
Our bill is more than the Isle of Man's.
Yes, but isn't that true that Kellyanne's light switch used to jump the electrics?
Yes, it did.
I thought so. Yeah. Just double checking. That was it. Yeah. Great way.
That's why we gave her a lamp.
Yeah, great way as well. Kellyanne used to come back from university, and every single time, she used to walk in, switch the lights on, and the entire house electrics would go off.
Yeah.
The bloody screams. We ended up. Do you remember?
Language, Timothy.
That's fine. Do you remember we had to put a sign over it saying "Don't touch this light"?
Don't touch this light, boy. Yeah.
She still used to do it though, because it was ridiculous. It was like a kill switch for the entire house. Anyway.
Oh, we just got that in.
Richie says, oh, hang on. Beth says, if you turn off the video feed, this is as close as you'll get to a modern-day Goon show. Oh, great.
This is the Goon show.
Richie said, Aston Martin do seem quicker. Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know.
Where is Aston Martin? Vettel 8th and Stroll 13th, yeah.
He's just outside London.
Anyway, we'll have the graphics back up in a second. The cars are out there at the moment doing some practice.
Mate of mine.
Have you had pop today? Or have your tablets kicked in?
My tablets have kicked in.
That's the one. Right, they're doing the practice starts.
Guess what? It's me.
Anyway, right.
Neddy Seagoon.
We're going to go through the times in a second, which means you've got to be quiet.
I've got to be quiet.
Because I've got to find the correct
That
button.
was the Goon Show, a previously recorded programme.
Right. Let's take a look then at the full results of practice 2. There's the timing screens. It's Charles Leclerc who's the fastest on a 1:19.670. George Russell is second, Lewis Hamilton third, Carlos Sainz fourth, Max Verstappen fifth, Fernando Alonso is sixth, Sergio Perez seventh, Sebastian Vettel eighth, Esteban Ocon ninth, and Mick Schumacher impressively rounds out the top 10. Pierre Gasly is 11th, Kevin Magnussen 12th, Lance Stroll 13th, Yuki Tsunoda 14th, Danny Ricciardo 15th, Valtteri Bottas 16th, Zhou Guanyu 17th, Alexander Albon is 18th, Nicholas Latifi 19th, and Lando Norris goes 20th overall on the board. Not bad over there.
No, una donas board.
I don't know why that keeps happening where it just glitches. It shouldn't do that. Anyway, Beth says, yeah, Vettel has been consistently quick. Can they respray Red Bull papaya, please? That's entirely possible there as they come through. And yeah, it's looking good. What do you make of that second practice session then?
It was good.
Is that all? Yeah, fair dues. Right, we're on a quick off because
No, it wasn't good. It was the. It showed a lot of the things are actually working that they've introduced. Let's be serious about this.
Yeah.
You know, especially the Mercedes showed a lot more speed than it had at previous times, and you know, and I feel that Alonso shouldn't get that reprimand that he got this morning.
Should be taken off.
Vip's got one as well.
Vip's did get one, yeah.
And Alonso, and that was because he upset the guy ranting at him yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Right, we're off.
He's only the head of the FIA.
We've got to go because I've got to take IndyCar, and every time you say we're losing me time. Stay there a second. Right, here we go. We will be back tomorrow. Practice 3 and qualifying will be live. Formula 1. We'll also have F3 and F2 and the W Series race, and then right at the end of that, 5 till 11 British time, we'll have all 6 hours of qualifying from the Brickyard. Thanks for your company. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.